stylish. Glock tuck, big t-shirt, Billy.
Open there, and then come to me, okay? Them first and then me.
Sports Click Filbasket International Championship, the first Filipino Pro League to be held outside of the Philippines. We are live here at MABA Stadium with Jonathan Wong from Adroit Sports Association and Wisnu Saputrak from Bumi Borneo. So, Wisnu, after winning that game yesterday, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, we feel good, but we need to prepare for next game. That's it.
Okay. All game and no play. What about for Jonathan? Coming into this game, how do you feel going up against Bumi Borneo?
We just gotta play hard and have fun, you know.
Play hard and have fun. In a few moments, we will see the clash between Bumi Borneo and Adroit Sports Association. At this point, let's turn it over to the game announcer.
Live from the MABA Stadium, we welcome you to Day 2 of your Filbasket 2022. This is the game between the Adroit Sports Association and the Bumi Borneo. Let's now meet the starters. First, for the Adroit Sports Association. Point guard number 99, Tin Jun. Off guard number 1, Wayne Hao Paul. Center number 9. And at power forward number 11, Larry Yu. Their head coach is Coach Chan. Calling now the starters for the Bumi Borneo. Point guard number 4, Agam Subastia. Shooting guard number 8, A.A. Nura Wisnu. Starting center number 14, Arion Tio. Forward number 2, Rilo Adu. And a power forward number 34, Julius Cesar. Their head coach, Tony Raja. Our officials for this game are Lin Wei Chun, Wong Kai Chen, and Tan Ken Wong.
One of the second day of the Sports Click Filbasket International Championship right here at the MABA Stadium in Kuala Lumpur. My name is Noel Zarate, working alongside Coach Adrian Wong, and I believe, Coach, this is only your second time in the broadcast booth, but many years in coaching.
Yeah, I mean, good to be back. I mean, this is my second game experience. Right, let's see what's going on later.
Right, of course, Bumi Borneo did win yesterday. They defeated the BGC Builders, so they have the advantage of already having played in this gym, whereas Adroit Sports, as we know them, they have not played in this gym yet as a team, but there are some familiar faces there as A.A. Wisnu, who was the best player in the game in the win there against BGC, was able to get the job done there, Coach.
Fouls on 30, Jonathan Wong. That's his first foul. First team foul for Adroit Sports.
Let's see if the coach can hear me right now. Can you hear me already, Coach Adrian?
Yes, better this time.
Okay, so there was a three-point play converted. That is the first points of the game scored by Bumi Borneo. They were able to get the win yesterday via a score of 82-69. As Jonathan Wong introduces himself here with that three-point shot. The black shirts now in possession as we have Sebastian getting it over now to Wisnu, who already has the first points of the game. Wisnu, of course, an MVP back in Indonesia. And Adrian Tio not able to get the job done there. Wisnu now facing up against the double team, but loses possession, and it will go to the white shirts. Right now, Coach Adrian, we can see that this is actually a team that just arrived. In your experience being in the ABL, you know, when the Dragons do travel, you have to acclimatize yet. I don't think that's the case here for Adriat. So what's it like just coming into the gym cold without being acclimatized yet?
I mean, for a team like them, they've been in this temperature for quite some time. It's fine, and then they have been playing in Malaysia for years. I mean, I don't think temperature and climate is a main problem right here.
Right.
It's just maybe the preparation from their coach might be a little bit different because they might not seen Bumi before.
Right.
But at least they got a guide from yesterday's game and scouting.
Right, and that, of course, we all know that when you have to acclimatize to a place, it usually takes like a day or two. But in the case of Adriat, they just arrived yesterday. They had a shoot around. Not quite sure if they were able to get acclimatized here, but at least the temperature around Kuala Lumpur is not as hot as it usually is, right?
Yeah, it's raining season right here, so it's gonna be raining morning, evening, and temperature should be a lot lower than the usual temperature we used to have.
However, the humidity is still going to be the same. Here's Larry Liu, a member of the Singapore national team, and he knocks down that three-pointer off the glass. So far what we're seeing here from Adroit Sports, Coach Adrian, is they like to shoot the ball from the outside.
Yes, as far as I know them, I mean, they have a lot of shooters, especially Larry and Jonathan. Larry was in ABL, I mean, well-known shooter, and Jonathan was playing in Dragons back in a couple of years back under Coach Jamie. I mean, both of them can really shoot.
And of course, we're still lacking a few players here for Adriat. We still have guys to arrive tomorrow, I believe, would be Wong Wei Long, one of the greatest players in ABL history, along with Desmond Oh. So two more members of the Singapore national team will be arriving. Right now it is a 6-5 score. Adroit Sports, because of the 2 3-pointers, have the 1-point lead. Here is Sebastian, who had some great minutes yesterday in the game against BGC. It's always great to have that kind of a guard where he's not that tall, but he's very, very quick, Coach Adrian.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I mean, Adroit right now is shooting a lot, and then on defense, they are doing that 3-2 defense.
Yeah.
That's buzzing Bumi. I mean, Bumi had a game with one of the Philippines team that most of the time they are playing man-on-man defense.
Yes,
but
yes.
right now, I think they're adjusting. The coaches are making adjustment right here.
Number 34, Julius Caesar. That's his first.
So we're going to see that bit of action once again. Though there's a little bit of an extra motion after that. I don't think the referees caught that. And again, if you're going up against a team that you never played against before, you never heard of before, well, it's kind of hard to do the game because there's no scouting report. You can scout a few players like Larry Liu. Everybody knows who Larry Liu is, but how about the other players? How do you prepare for that? Very difficult.
It is very difficult. So what we used to do is we try to find footage of their previous game in national squad or their state team in where they used to play. But especially for really young players, that's really, I mean, give us big headache what this player is gonna be like.
Right. Backdoor play does not materialize. Julius Caesar Wongsu did not complete his cut, so that's going to be a turnover. And again, Bumi Borneo, they have the advantage here already, Coach Adrian, because they did play yesterday, so they know what the gym is like, they know how the ball bounces, they know how the rim feels, because according to Ben Ibrahim, these are very friendly, shooter-friendly rims that we have here in MABA.
Yes, I guess, but look at Singapore. Singapore got a couple of Malaysians right here. These guys have been practicing in MABA Stadium for a very long time. So
right.
If you compare shooting percentage, I'm pretty sure these Malaysian players is going to make a difference right here.
Right now here is Wisnu, and he tries to penetrate once again. We've seen Wisnu go down quite a bit here. He was very busy in the first quarter of yesterday's game against the BGC Builders, where he scored 15 points in the first quarter alone, talking about the number 8 player of Bumi Borneo, but did not play in the second quarter and only started playing again towards the latter part of the third. So according to AA Wisnu, is again a most valuable player from Indonesia. He said that he's actually here to just mentor the young players, but it appears that he should be playing more minutes because he's quite a skilled player.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's a top scorer for yesterday's game, and then he's a main player on the other side. So what Singapore has to do is just stop him.
They did stop the offense right now. Adroit on the attack now. Here is Wong on the penetration. Somehow gets it over to a teammate, and that's going to be good for Herman Chan. So our score right now, 10-7. Adroit Sports taking a 3-point lead against the team that's already played here yesterday. Bumi Borneo, Julius Caesar Wongsu. It's always great, Coach, that you have a big man who moves well without the ball. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. This is a delayed pick and roll, and that is going to go out of bounds. 10 seconds to shoot for Adroit Sports.
Shot clock at 10 seconds. 10 seconds to shoot.
Can you take out ambiance or make ambiance softer? Even announcers too loud. Announcers too loud here.
Jonathan Long, 3.
So we have another three-pointer here. 3 3-pointers already in the game so far for Adroit Sports, Coach Adrian.
Yeah, like what I told you, I mean, both Jonathan and Larry can really shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give them space, they're going to put it up.
Here's the drive now by Wisnu, and he has still struggled so far. 3 points in the game, the opening 3 points. That is a bad pass. That is picked off once again here. Larry Liu, good intentions, but the result is a turnover. Sebastian going the other way right now. And again inside, Julius Caesar Wongsu. So now the interior defense is having a problem for Adroit Sports.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Adroit, it's smaller compared to some of the bigger players.
Right, Adroit Sports.
Yep. So right now, Adroit is looking into hitting the paint every time.
Yeah, Adroit is now going to send in a substitution here. They only have a total of 10 players in this game. So Damon Chong is going to see his first action of the game for Adroit Sports. Once again, you are watching the Sports Click Filbasket International Championship here at the MABA Stadium in Malaysia. Straightaway 3, and that is not a good shot there coming from Rilio Agum Kumara. So 13-11 is our score. Adroit Sports with their first game here today. Again, a lot of players still not in the lineup. We all know that they're missing the services of Wong Wei Long, perhaps one of the greatest shooters here in Southeast Asia. And you had to coach against him. You had to guard this guy.
I mean, it's never easy. I mean, going against Wong Wei Long, he's smart. He make adjustment himself, and he's really good shooter. We can't leave him space. At the same time, we gotta be careful on his vision as well. I mean, he can really make good passes.
Right.
So yeah, what we do is we put size on him, we put a little bit physicality on it, and hopefully that disrupt his game.
Wong Wei Long, of course, had played for the Singapore national team and also in Indonesia for the CLS Knights when they won an ABL championship. And here, A.A. Wisnu is able to get to the free throw line. He has been really trying to take it strong here, Coach. He's not that tall. He's about less than 6 feet tall. But we all know that he can just explode around the ring.
Yeah, he's the main scorer for Bumi. I mean, he can shoot, he can drive. I mean, for Adroit really have to find a way to stop him. If they are not going to stop him, then most of Bumi is going to score from him.
Well, he has 5 points in the game so far and has tied it up at 13. 4 minutes and 17 remaining here in the first quarter. Here is Wong. They go to the side now. The attack is coming in, and that is going to rattle out for Ting Jun. Fast break effort right now. Sebastian turned back by Larry Liu. The recovery made by Wisnu. Wisnu now going the other way. Reverse layup, too deep. And here comes Larry Liu and the rest of Adroit Sports. Liu does not even have to dribble, gets his way to the rim, and he will get free throws. You know, Larry Liu, Coach Jonathan, I'm sure you, Coach Adrian, I'm sure you remember at the time when Larry Liu was only about 6'1", 6'2". Then he all of a sudden had a growth spurt. But he still played guard at the time, but now they moved him to power forward for the Singaporean national team. Long-time international campaigner.
Yeah, when he was playing in ABL, we have a lot of bigger players, especially import. So definitely he got to play guard. But in Southeast Asia scene, I mean, for his height, he can play 4 or 3 man, and sometimes 5 if you have to. That makes the team run a little bit faster on the transition.
Well, he's about 6'4" now. He has grown a bit in terms of his height, but he still has the guard skills. That's the most important part. He's still a good shooter, and he makes his free throws as well. But he's also, because he's 6'4" with long arms, he gets a lot of rebounds.
I mean, yeah, that's his advantage. I mean, if you get rebound and he start pushing the ball, that is going to go, good advantage for the Adroit team.
Well, you can see Larry Liu already here in the first quarter. We still have 3:50 remaining, already having a hard time breathing. Again, game shape coming into a tournament like this, Coach. It's a short tournament. You have to be in game shape immediately, right?
Definitely, but that one is depending on the team. If let's say they regularly practice, then it's gonna be good for the team. But looking at it, I was talking to Jonathan a while ago. They say they only practice when tournament comes close. If not, then they are not practicing.
Well, that's going to be a problem for them. Not practicing and just eating. We're going to see that replay of that last foul against Arian Teo. Adroit Sports so far, however, despite the fact that they've only practiced before the tournament, they have a 1-point lead. And here's one of their bench players missing that time, Damon Chong. Recovery made by Ting Jun. Now Larry Liu asking for the isolation. Liu with a crossover, almost lost it, but that's going to be a kickball violation. They will reset the shot clock to 14. Again, Larry Liu showing that he's still a guard, even if he's 6'4". So with 3:15 remaining, yeah, go ahead, Coach. Yeah, Larry Liu, he's the only starter left. Oh, he and Jonathan Wong actually are the only starters left on the floor. Near steal by Rilu Agom Kumara. 9 seconds to shoot. Here's Ting Jun right now. They need to put something up. Liu. Spins, turns a la Dirk Nowitzki, but it doesn't work. 3 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Both teams just jabbing away, just trying to get a feel of each other. It was a little physical at the onset, but now they're starting to get into their half-court set. Here's Agum Sebastian on the run, and Sebastian puts it up, doesn't go in. Follow-up is going to count for Muhammad Rizki, who's seeing his first action of the game. This guy's about 6'5". He's a young kid.
Yes, he is. I mean, they shouldn't give him space a while ago. After the rebound, they should stay close on defense. I mean, that space created, that contact, and
Yeah.
he finished it right there and won.
He's listed at 6'5" on paper, but I think he's got 2-inch hair. So always helps to pad your height. But this guy is, 19 years old. And a lot of development still to come. And we talk about the development of Malaysian basketball, Coach Adrian. Indonesia is actually also doing very well in their development.
I mean, the last MPLG league, when I said Knights here, they really can play. Actually, just that maybe they are not used to how Malaysians play and
Right.
how the refs are being officiated here. So they might need a little bit time of adjustment. But later on, I mean, they play a really good game after.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan Wong, Coach Adrian, has just hit his third three-pointer of the game. You're not related by any chance, are you?
No.
Okay. We're just checking because he has been playing very well so far. Into the front court now, Ting Jun. 17-15 is our score. Good ball movement once again. Wong left open once again. This time he's going to miss. Battle for the rebound secured by Damon Chong. Here's Ting Jun. Very burly point guard. Ting Jun with the left hand. No. Outlet pass Sebastian. That is intercepted by Wong. Very shifty former KL Dragon. And there is Wong with the hang time. It doesn't work. Wisnu now into the front court. Gets it over now to Teal. Inside pass. And there is Mohammed Rizki with the hang time. Very patient ball movement there, Coach Adrian.
Really patient. I mean, that creates a lot of opportunity for the young kid down there.
So again, tied at 17. Good ball movement so far. Good result for them. Ting Jun. Frontal attack is not good. Oh, that is just a lazy pass. And Jonathan Wong is going to make them pay. I mean, as a coach, you hate that. It's just the two of you in the backcourt and you can't get the ball across. And you create a turnover. Now less than a minute remaining here. Adroit Sports. Up by 2. Wisnu, nice seal inside by Rizki. Series of fakes. Mohammed Rizki is using his long arms to his advantage. 37 seconds remaining here in the first. Three-pointer, Chong. Yes, that's his second in the game. So Chong now ups the lead to 3. After that triple, so 22-19, dying seconds of the first. Sebastian now going over to Agum Kumara. Sebastian draws the foul, and Ting Jun is saying, that's not my fault, that's my width. Very wide point guard, just got a piece of the very small point guard for Bumi Borneo. It's always great also, Coach, to have a point guard that wide who's also kind of shifty, right? Creates a lot of good screen and roll opportunities.
Yes, I mean, Ting Jun is one of the upcoming point guard. I mean, although he's smaller in size, but the wide body, he can protect the ball really well.
Right.
I mean, I saw a couple of his games he's playing in Philippines. He can match with the Filipino guys. Yeah,
and of course he does have a lot of experience internationally as well, but that very wide frame, and hopefully he stays a guard, because some guys, they have that wide frame and then they know how to post up. Okay, now you're power forward. Because they just have the wide body. 22-20 right now on the split from the line. Wong has to hurry. They only have 3 seconds remaining here. Rifles it over now to Damon Chong. Damon Chong with a series of fakes was not able to get it off. And at the end of the first 10 minutes of action, Adroit Sports leading Bumi Borneo 22-20. A lot of outside shooting was done here by Adroit Sports. Let's take a look at our leading move of the game. That was, of course, Agum Sebastian getting rid of his defenders. And how about the assist of the game? The lob pass inside. Good ball movement there for Adroit Sports. And the power move again. This 19-year-old, that's actually Julius Caesar Wongsu, but the 19-year-old Mohammed Rizki able to get the job done in the first quarter. So we'll have more basketball action from the MABA Stadium when we return.
the international stage is not new for Jonathan Wong, who is leading the white shirts with his threes earlier in the first quarter. And he told me that the preparation for this game was always the measure for success that he can gain in a game. Now he's aware of how aggressive and unfriendly he can seem, but actually he told me he's the joker and the clown of the team, and maybe that's why their atmosphere earlier when they were warming up was very friendly and very calm, as if they're not going on a game. Now back to the panel.
All right, of course, that was Janine Sakal with that report. So she's saying that Jonathan Wong is actually the joker in this team. Do you agree?
Yeah. I mean, when he was in Dragons, he does the same. I mean, he's not the alpha, but he's always there making jokes, making the atmosphere different.
Well, he's not joking here with his three-pointers, and he remains on the floor to begin the second quarter. There's Wong going now to the side. Three-pointer again will fall, this time for Wei Hao Po. So a lot of three-pointers. How many three-pointers did they have in that first half? 5 of 11. That's like ridiculous numbers from the three-point range, Coach Adrian.
I mean, yes, like what I told you, they are a shooting team. You leave them space, they're gonna punish you with a three.
Well, they are now leading by 8, which is their largest in the game. That is a miss now, coming from Calvin Chrysler. Can't get it to go, and Rizky lost the ball, but that was last touched by Michael Muniz-Vicky.
13 seconds. 13 seconds to shoot.
So 13 to shoot now. Just over a minute gone by here in the second quarter, but already Adroit Sports, because of their shooting, has picked up this 8-point lead, their largest in the game. Here's Muhammad Shariputra running the pick and roll inside. It's always great to have your two bigs running the pick and roll, Coach.
I mean, that Kylo create a lot of mismatches. Kylo is gonna create a lot of space on the basket. I mean, that is gonna get the players sagging in, and then you can find a shooter after.
To whom it may concern was the pass there from Stephen Orlando, seeing his first action of the game, as is Raymond Shariputra, who's got possession right now, getting the pick from Rizky. Shariputra trying to go to the other side. Good read on the passing lanes, but they can't get the interception. Rizky again is inside. However, they wave it off because he moved his pivot foot. You hate that when you're a coach.
Of course. I mean, there's a wide open on the basket. I mean, I don't see him move his leg, but yeah, of course, a call.
Again, this kid's only 19 years old, so he's going to have to learn to work on his footwork, especially on the fake. You do have to fake sometimes to let your defender pass by, but if you slide that pivot foot a bit, I mean, these FIBA accredited officials are going to find it all the time. Oh, good ball move, good ball handling here shown by Damon Chong. And a foul called against Bumi Borneo.
Foul on number 7.
That is on Stephen Orlando, picking up his first foul as we see it again on the replay.
Bumi Borneo.
So again, into the half-court set, Bumi Borneo already knows that the first option is a three-pointer for Adroit Sports. So how do you prevent that? They can't go zone, because all the more you're going to be able to lose. And if you go man-to-man, you're susceptible to a lot of pick-and-roll actions or pick-and-pops.
I mean, they got to do a better job reading, I guess. They're going to do a better job reading out of the game. They're going to shoot. You're going to put your defender right beside the shooter and be ready for it. And yeah, you just have to be ready for those shooters.
Well, Jonathan Wong has just hit his 4th three-pointer of the game. He's like the import on the team right now, because he has not rested. Neither has this gentleman, Larry Liu from Singapore. He tries a 3 of his own. Can't get it to go. Rebound now picked up by Shariputra. Here comes Bumi Borneo. Chrysler is a shooter. Decided not to pull up. They move the ball around right now. Three-pointer on its way for the captain, Sultan Prawira, who hits a 3.
Sultan Prawira.
So even Bumi Borneo now going to the three-point bomb. Oh, Jonathan Wong is just having a blast in this game, Coach Adrian.
Yeah, that's the advantage of having 5 shooters on the court. I mean, you have everyone stretching the floor, and then the defender have to stay beside the shooter, and they just get so much space to drive for Jonathan.
And a lot of international experience already for Jonathan Wong. Seeing that the lane was open, nobody's going to come in, he just decided to take it. In the meantime, Sultan Prawira not able to get the layup to drop. On the attack once again, quick release. A little too quick that time, and Jonathan Wong was smiling at his coach saying, sorry about that.
Danger for Damian Guy.
Ting Jun's going to come back in, and it looks like we're going to have a sub on the other end. Jonathan Wong finally sees some rest as Herman Chan is going to check back in. So, you know, you have to know as a coach when it's time to pull your player, even if he's performing well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, times arrangement really being a really important factor to the game. So let's say if he's injured or he's not that good on his physicality, from time to time your assistant coach will be there advising you who to keep, who to put it out, and stuff like that. That's
one of your jobs at the KL Dragons, of course. Kwek is not doing too well. Get him out or get him out already, right?
Yeah.
Here's Liu. Looks like he's not resting today. Liu up and under, and he is so good at baiting for fouls. Larry Liu is. He's gonna get to the free throw line once again. You see this again, coach. Look at how many moves you can put up, and he's 6'4", so he's not supposed to do that at his height. Again, very, very agile for a big man.
He's just like the KD for Singapore.
That's right. KD, of course, being 7 feet tall, as is Dirk Nowitzki. He'd probably tell you if you ask him, his favorite player would probably be Dirk Nowitzki. He's always been known, at least Larry Liu has always been known for that big step back fall away. And he's also a very deadly free throw shooter. So it is now a 10-point lead for Adroit Sports. Bumi Borneo surprised so far about the outcome in this one. Sultan Prawira, the captain. Oh, he lost the ball. He recovered it while he was sitting down. Three-pointer on its way. Shari Putra. That's got to be on the highlight reel. You're sitting down and you give up an assist. In the meantime, Ting Jun. A recovery now made by Bumi Borneo. They are on the attack. They have cut this 10-point lead down to 7. Shariputra hit a 3 earlier. This time takes it strong. No whistle that time, and the officials are going to say nobody touched it. So sometimes, when you hit a big shot, you want to follow it up with another big shot. That's not a good idea.
But if that happens, that will bring you really good motivation.
That's right. It's going to be bad news for your teammates because you're going to want the ball all the time, though. Oh, wide open, Larry Liu. That is a big mistake. Big mistake. You can't leave him that wide open. And what happened there, Coach? Somebody missed an assignment?
I know that drive from Mike got everyone second and create that space for Larry.
And Larry Liu, of course, you cannot leave him with any glimmer of space. Here's Shariputra trying to put the ball on the floor. Oh, almost traveled that time, but he misses on his shot. And the rebound picked up by Wei Hao Po. Here's Ting Jun. Time down to 4:45 remaining here in this first half of action, and that's going to be touched last by Wongso. So just a little bit of a breather here for Jonathan Wong, and he's back, and he's going to be replacing Larry Liu. Larry's smiling right now, saying, I don't think I should be playing this many minutes anymore. But again, Larry is like, what, 32, 33 perhaps? And, still in the peak form, supposed to be. When do you consider yourself getting old in basketball, Coach Adrian? What's the age?
38 maybe for a big,
wow.
for guard maybe 35. I think 31 is the prime for every player in basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, because where you have your body is not too bad and your maturity is there.
And a lot of experience as well already, right?
So
it's when you see guys who are 18, 19 years old and already phenomenal, and then you say, okay, you got to pace yourself. But you're still getting there, right?
I mean, players had a long way going up, especially when they were 19. You better be careful on some stuff so that you don't get injured easily. You take care of your body, just like LeBron. See how much he invests.
That's
in his
different.
Body. Yeah, I know it's a different level, but still, players got to bear in mind how LeBron doing things. I think that's the right way. I mean, you keep yourself on the top form, and you can prolong your career.
Yeah, well, LeBron James turned pro in 2003 at the age of 18, and he is still playing right now at a very high level. Ariantillo is going to come back into the game now for Bumi Borneo, struggling so far here in this first half. Remember, against the BGC Builders, they were actually ahead most of the time against the Philippine team. And you're talking about going up against Adroit, who just arrived. Practically the whole team just arrived, if not yesterday, early this morning. They had one shoot-around, And now they're here leading by what, 9 points?
Yeah, I guess the zone defense from Adroit really disrupting whatever they used to play. I saw a lot of teams from Indonesia, most of them playing a lot of man.
Yeah.
But I guess playing against zone is not what they're good at.
Here's the attack now coming from Michael Muniz-Vicky, and he's going to get to the free throw line again. Yeah, it's always, when you come in and then we're not acclimatized, okay, let's just play a lot of zone, right? It's going to just keep our legs fresh, and then we're going to see a lot of horns plays, let's just develop our offense as we go. But this looks like a very well-coached team. Coach Chan Shangai was able to whip this team up into fighting form, and to think that they still don't have a couple of their veterans in Desmond O and Wong Wei Long. I mean, how much does that add? You got 2 more Singaporean legends joining your team.
I mean, that will be really great for Adroit, because with more experienced player, international, the capable point guard and shooters, that is going to create a lot more offense for the Adroit. But looking at it's because of the physicality they have, that they have to go zone. But I saw a change right here. They are on man right now.
But they turn it over. Right now, they are able to get the steal, rather. Here's another three-pointer in transition. That is a miss by Muniz-Vicky. Into the front court, nobody home. It's going to be a touchdown for Calvin Chrysler. Lead down to 7 once again. But somehow Bumi Borneo can't get past the 7-point barrier. And here's Jonathan Wong with a quick release. Almost made it, actually. Again, nobody boxing out. There are 2 black shirts there. The rebound still falls to Adroit. And their first option, coach, always the 3-point shot. Chrysler blocked at the rim. Great defense by Muniz-Vicky. Into the front court now. Calentor, 3-pointer, no. 3:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Sariputra now getting it over to Arion Tio. That's going to be an offensive foul. The delayed call, but the correct call. But now, Coach Tondi Raja is saying, what the heck was that? What's your assessment? Was that a charge or was that a block?
For me, it's none of both. It's just physicality of basketball. He stand in the way. I mean, he was trying to go for the charge, but yeah, good for number 1 right there.
Yeah. Number 1, of course, being Wei Hao Po. And again, you have that arc still underneath the rim. So if you're going to judge it by that arc, they call it the no charge zone. That was the correct call. But according to some people I talked to, that's just a guide now. It's not really the hard and fast that if you're outside the arc, you're going to be automatically called for an offensive foul, right?
I wouldn't comment on that. Different refs, sometimes they just call different.
I know. It all depends on how you interpret this. Unproductive effort there for Adroit. Here comes Bumi Borneo into the front court. They have Calvin Chrysler. Good seal now. Moving around again. Chrysler open for 3. This is what he's known for, but he misses that time. 2 minutes and 40 remaining here in the first half. Score has not moved in quite a while. 39-32. Look at Jonathan Wong. Try to channel his inner Steph Curry. Jonathan Wong with a hang-time move. He took off on the wrong leg as well, Coach.
Yep, I saw that, but he just finished. I mean, he's that kind of player. He's crafty around the rim. He can shoot. I mean, once he gets his confidence, he's going to go at it.
Well, his confidence now translates to 18 points in this game so far. Offensive foul again against Bumi Borneo. Ting Chun is just creating all sorts of headaches for the offense. Again, another advantage of having you play point guard as well, Coach, when you were playing?
Yeah, used to.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Your body was not like that, right?
No, not as big as him.
But again, you being a point guard, you should know how to act not only on offense but even on defense, because your teammates look up to you for leadership. Even if you're not the leader, you're the point guard. Like that time, Ting Chun with a great drop pass. So Herman Chan able to get that. Again, the value of a point guard, Coach Adrian, talk about that.
And point guard is a very important role in basketball. He's like one of the coaches standing on the court. I mean, sometimes coaches want to make adjustment. We have to call timeout, and usually it's going to be slower. But if let's say the point guard can lead the team and make adjustment themselves,
right?
Basically, the team, I mean, they roll by themselves. I mean, that's automatic for them.
Well, here's Ting Chun now with the ball after that magnificent move by Arion Tio. to cut the lead down to 9. Here's the drive with the left hand, too strong that time from Damon Chong. However, they get it back once again. Herman Chan with the bucket plus the foul. The height is starting to become a might here for Herman Chan. This kid looks like he's about 6'7" at the very least, Coach.
Looks like it. The other players from Indonesia is not that tall. But great find from Ding Jun. I mean, that's quick pass, good look, good vision right down there.
So now, A.A. Wisnu, who did not see action in the second quarter against BGC Builders, now forced to come back in with 1:13 because this lead is starting to get serious now for Adroit Sports. They are up by 11 points right now, Coach.
It's double digit now. I mean, Coach from Indonesia to find a way. I mean, I saw good pressure a while ago. I mean, good for them. They're trying to disrupt whatever Adroit is trying to do, but hopefully that works in the second half.
Of course, the coach Tondi Raja did a magnificent job coaching in the win against the BGC Builders yesterday. But now he's up against the wall here against this very talented team with a bunch of Singaporeans and Malaysians in the lineup. That is another automatic 3-second violation. You cannot watch people passing the ball when you're in the lane. So again, Arian Teo caught watching that time. In the Philippines, we said he laid an egg in the shaded lane. So only 46 seconds to go here in the first half. It has been a great job so far for the high-scoring team of Adroit Sports, getting it done from beyond the arc. They were 5 of 11 in the first quarter. Now they're trying to take it strong. And that is a great follow-up of his own miss, Michael Munisvicki. So the lead is now 13, the largest in the game for Adroit Sports. You got about a 4-second differential between the clocks. Here is Sariputra, three-pointer, his second in the game. It's always a surprise when the power forward shoots a three. But that's been the case here for Jonathan Wong for Adroit Sports. Here's a step-back three. They still have time. They got to put this one up, though. They won't get it done. So at the end of the first 20 minutes of action, Adroit Sports, the three-point shooting machine of the league so far, has created a 10-point lead at 47-37. Lots of inside attacks here coming from Bumi Borneo, but it's really been the outside shooting coach for Adroit Sports. And again, the power of the three-point shots. If you make it, great. If you don't, you lose the game. But so far, they've been making it. Adroit Sports has.
I mean, yep, that's the advantage of Adroit. You have 5 shooters on the floor that stretch the floor, and if you're making it, then it's gonna be good. So if, let's say, your players on the floor is not making it, you always got the reserve player that can shoot to put them up so that you can keep on going on this one.
There's our first AICC triple of the game, courtesy of Raymond Sariputra, but of course Larry Liu had an answer. We're gonna get all those numbers a little later on here, but so far it has been a masterful performance for the debuting Adroit Sports, 47-37 against Bumi Borneo. We are at the half. We'll be right back. You're getting better. Don't worry about it.
Adroit Sports Association's top scorer, Jonathan Wong. So Jonathan, you were smiling a lot on the court earlier. Is that really part of your personality, or is it because you were playing well?
Because I guess we are enjoying a lot since we didn't expect the outcome to be like that. But yeah, we are having fun.
All right, they're having fun. Now, what can you say about your team's performance in the first half?
Great. We play well, good energy. We're going to keep coming at the second half.
All right, so we're expecting a lot from the Adroit Sports Association, but for sure, Bumi Borneo will make adjustments against you guys. And now, at this point, let's turn it over to the panel.
With our leading scorer so far in the first quarter, Adrian Wong's beside me, sorry. That is Jonathan Wong, formerly of the Westports Malaysia Dragons, now making a home for himself here in Adroit Sports. And we are looking at a few stats as well. One of the things that really stands out is the amazing three-point shooting that we're going to see on the screen in just a few moments. The amazing three-point shooting there. Check this out, Coach. 9 out of 24 from three-point range. There are some teams who shoot that way from two-point range. But in the case of Adroit, 9 out of 24, that's a pretty good number already.
That's 37%. I mean, that because of that 3-point, that creates that good lead for Adroit right now. Just let's see whether they can hang on to that until the second half.
Well, there's another number I want to point out to you, Coach, and talk about this. The turnovers in this game so far, 12 for Bumi Borneo. They forced BGC into a lot of turnovers yesterday, and now look at the 12 turnovers against only 1. That's a big number.
It is. Adroit is doing a good job protecting the ball. It's just maybe Bumi shows a little bit of what they call it, a bit of tiredness from yesterday's game.
And of course, the rebounding story going to Bumi Borneo, the smaller team so far. So what we say that, of course, that is not the score. We're gonna edit that in just a bit. It's 47 to 37 is our score. We're gonna edit that in just a bit. The three-point shooting has really been key. Now, Coach Adrian, you've been around Asia as an assistant coach for the Dragons, and you know that three-point shot, good if it goes, but if you're not shooting it well, what's your second option here? They are a tall team, though.
I mean, usually if let's say we don't make threes, we're gonna look for the bigs. Hopefully the bigs is gonna create, making the defense is gonna sack in so that we can create even more opportunity for the threes, wide open threes, and we are hoping for the reserve to step up and hit threes as well.
Okay, we're gonna take this short break once again. We are still at the half. The score is 47-37, not 47-77. We will edit that in just a bit. But 47-37, a 10-point lead for Adroit Sports over Bumi Borneo. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Sports Click Filbasket International Championship. We have here team manager from Bumi Borneo, Sir Randy Putrama. Sir Randy, Bumi Borneo had really big turnovers in the first half, actually 12, and only one for the other team. And they were also shooting very well from the three-point range. So what can you say about that?
Yeah, we must fix with turnovers for playing more patience and stop their shooters.
Adjustments will definitely be made on Bumi Borneo's end. And now, let's go to the third quarter.
All right, we will have the third quarter for you in just a few moments, but that is a big question. I also want to ask you, Coach Adrian, those 12 turnovers, I'm sure that was what they were talking about in the locker room. It is a completely opposite completely opposite of what happened yesterday when they went up against the BGC Builders. They forced BGC into 19 turnovers in that game, and they only had 12 as a whole, but now they already have 12 turnovers in the first half.
I mean, if that is my team, I would be furious on them in the locker room. I mean, 12 in the first half.
And only one for your opponent.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. But I guess they are getting a little bit tired, and they couldn't find a way how to break the zone on the other side.
Well, again, that's another factor that we need to talk about because Bumi Borneo did play yesterday. So playing in a back-to-back, it's a short tournament. You will have a lot of back-to-back games. But for Bumi Borneo, how do you adjust to that? You played your heart out. You played probably your best game of the tournament against a Philippine team and BGC, and you beat them. And now you're going up against this team that you know totally nothing about.
That really depends on players. I mean, time managing from the team staff is important, but the players, I mean, it's all in the mind. For me, it's all in the mind. If they really want to do it, I'm pretty sure that defense is gonna be much more tighter, much more pressuring, and then hopefully they're gonna force Adroit into turning the ball over instead of them turning the ball over.
Well, that has to be the case here in the second half because they are down by 10. Heading in, it's going to be Wisnu starting along with Sebastian, Rizky along with Sariputra, and Julius Caesar Wongsu. That is for the black shirts, and of course for Adroit Sports. What an amazing performance so far for Jonathan Wong, who's having a conversation right now with one of the players of Bumi Borneo. So we are just seconds away. So for Jonathan Wong, I really wanted to ask that. He plays a lot. He played for the Dragons, so he plays a lot in this building. Does his familiarity with the MABA Stadium help him in his offense now with 18 points already?
That's definitely. I mean, he had been practicing. I mean, he's a very hard-working player, especially before and after practice. He's gonna put shots up 3 hours before the game. He's gonna get me, passing him the ball, and then keep on making his routine before the game. So I think coming back here is like coming back home.
That's right, and he is of course one of the Malaysian players also on this side. It's also great that we have a bunch of Malaysian players playing for the other teams as well. That's all part of the goal for Malaysian basketball to get better as individuals, and eventually maybe they get a shot at the national team once again. Underneath, Wongsu too deep. Gets it over now to Rizky. Series of moves and he frees himself. So right now it is just an 8-point lead, and you can see that the adjustment here, coach, is the pressure defense trying to force turnovers against Adroit.
I mean, that's a really good something putting on right up there. I mean, good pressure. Just hopefully it works on Adroit.
So into the offense now here for Sariputra, who hits another three. That's his third in the game. Wong tries to escape, but there's a turnover. They only had one the entire first half. Sariputra now getting it over to Wisnu. Inside attack now for Wongsu, and this is alarming for Adroit Sports, coach, because this is a 7-0 run to open the third. Here is Wong. Puts the ball on the floor this time, gets it over to the side, and this is a three-pointer. It's an air ball coming from Wei Hao Po. Sariputra into the front court now. And here's your stabilizer, A.A. Wisnu, who is a two-time IBL MVP. Here is Sebastian, and the run continues. This is 9 unanswered points now, Coach Adrian. When do you call a timeout?
If the score let's say 6 point back-to-back, usually I just call that timeout. You got to stop the run.
Wow, another turnover. So they've already doubled their turnover total from the first half. And Larry Liu is going to check back in. Suddenly, what a start here for Bumi Borneo after being down 10 at the half. In a span of less than 2 minutes, they have scored 9 consecutive points and have not allowed Adroit Sports to score at all. So here is Sebastian now, calling for the horns play. Sebastian can't shoot, and he also can't pass because nobody was there. And you gotta hate that if you're coach Tondi Raja, that you have this amazing run and then you have a silly turnover like that.
Let's hopefully that is not gonna affect them.
Yeah. So here's Ting Jun. What is the answer now for Adroit Sports? Ting Jun gets it out to the hot hand. Jonathan Wong for 3. And that bounces in. So that is the first field goal of the game. That is the response for Adroit Sports. Wong now with 21. 50-46 is our score. Here is Wisnu trying to get the baseline. That is denied. Over now to Sebastian on the run. Gets it off the glass. There's a point guard in the Philippines by the name of Jason Castro, and a lot of people are reminded of him by this little dude. Miss from the outside. Another opportunity here for Bumi Borneo. They have now a chance to tie or take the lead on this offensive thrust. They go to Wongsu on the post. Deflected. Second effort is there for AA Wisnu, and we are tied here at 50, Coach Adrian.
I mean, that's a really good adjustment made by Coach Tony right here. That 1-2 pressure, half-court pressure right there is really frustrating Singapore.
Oh! Jonathan Wong hits another 3, and he also hits the deck in the process. How about 24 points now for Wong? And he doesn't look like he's going to stop anytime soon. Lead goes back to Adroit Sports, 53-50. High-scoring affair, to say the least, here in the MABA Stadium. Wisnu doesn't hit the 3, doesn't hit anything at all, actually. Here's Rizky. Shot clock did not reset. 3 seconds. Rizky again! And another turnover forced. Adroit Sports now falling into a spate of turnovers. A miss by Sebastian, and Wisnu, despite the fact that he's only about 5'10", 5'11", getting the rebound against the taller trees. So again, 53-52, what looked to be a blowout in the first half, Coach, and that's the beauty of basketball. You may lead by 10 in the first half, but you could still lose the game.
I mean, lead by 10 is fine. Some of them lead by 20, lead by 20, and still come back in a game.
Anything is possible over a 40-minute game, and right now it's going to be Ting Jun called for the foul. As we have Agam Sebastian, this young kid, 20 years old from Indonesia. He's going to get to the free throw line. And Sebastian slowly getting, you know, when he started yesterday, he wasn't really that confident. It looked like a bit shy. But when he started hitting shots, he said, hey, it's a basketball court. It's 94 feet long, 15-foot line, 10-foot rim. Yeah, you remember that movie? I don't know if you ever watched that, Coach, Hoosiers. If you ever watched that movie, Hoosiers, Gene Hackman was the coach of a team that they made it all the way to the big championship from their little gym in a little town in the USA. And then it's a big gym. And he said, give me the tape measure. How high is this rim? 10 feet. How far is it from the free throw line? 15 feet. It's the same gym. It's the same thing. It's just a bigger crowd that comes in. That's a lot of steps Jonathan Wong took there. All right, you know, the dimensions of the court don't change. 94 feet, 15-foot free throw line, 10-foot rim.
I agree to that. I mean, that's why practice makes perfect. You got to practice in the same court, and then once you get on the court, it's the same rim wherever you play.
Well, not here in MABA, though. They're a little soft on the rims. They call it the MABA bounce. When somebody, one of the shooters, you know, it's always a shooter-friendly rim. And there are some rims around the world, I tell you, they're as hard as bricks. And that was a brick right there. But Wisnu is able to clean it up. And Wisnu now gives Bumi Borneo the lead. They were down by 10 at the half. It is now 55-53. They keep going to Wong. This time Wong doesn't deliver. And Sebastian comes away with it now. He's trapped in the backcourt. Here is Wisnu. Behind the back, almost lost it. Rizky again. Rizky is going to get to the free throw line. You gotta love it that these young kids from Indonesia are seeing action now in the international stage, and it will help in their development. It will help in their confidence. Again, this guy's about 6'5", and he's able to get to the rim. And there's gonna be a timeout called by Adroit Sports. 55 for Bumi Borneo. Adroit Sports 53. Let's take a look at our leaning move of the game. And again, the nice dexterity shown by Mohammad Rizki. We're at a break. We'll be right back. Back with us here in the MABA Stadium, we have a correction to make. A.A. Wisnu did not actually win the MVP award in the IBL, but he is a two-time IBL champion. And he did also play in the ABL for the CLS Knights. Perhaps not during the time that the CLS won the championship, or maybe he was. I'm not familiar, but A.A. Wisnu, however, has been doing very well here at the Filbasket, or the Sports League Filbasket International Championship. 9 points so far in the game. 56-53 is our score. Rizky Mohammed leading the way with 11 points for Bumi Borneo. And that man with the ball leading all scorers with 24, but couldn't get it done. And here comes Wisnu now. Burning rubber, Wisnu all the way. 58-53. Move the ball around now to Wong, who just releases it and gets clipped as he went up. And that's a stroke of good luck right there for Jonathan Wong, Coach Adrian.
It is. That's a smart move, but for us, it's like a very cunning move. Trying to force that foul and shoot free throws from there.
First team foul for Bumi Borneo.
Wow, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and he just jacked it up right there when he saw that his defender was near. And he is going to be given 3 free throws. Jonathan Wong, again, 24 points in this tournament so far. Nobody has come close to scoring 30 points, so I believe this could be Jonathan Wong's night, although he missed his first. Again, here in the MABA Stadium, a little bit of history of this place. And this has been a very, very old building, really. This has been refurbished many times. And Wong, you sort of wonder how you can shoot so well from the three-point range and not make your free throws. He makes one of the 3 at least. Jonathan Wong in the first half had a total of 18 points and 4 out of 8 from three-point range. He's added 2 more to that right now. He's still shooting above 50%, I believe, from beyond the arc. Here's Shariputra on the shovel pass inside. Nice defense there by Liu. Larry now leading the break. Getting it over now to Ting Chung. Back to Larry Liu. They're trying to look for their shooters, and here's one of them. Taking the jump shot is Chong, and he will miss, and a foul called on the black shirts. Stay right here, says our official. Again, the first order of business, Coach Adrian, is to look for an open jump shot, not an open layup here for Adroit Sports.
First foul, second team foul for Bumi Borneo.
58-54 is our score. Larry Liu wants to change that on this offensive thrust. 3:49 remaining in the third. Again, this team is missing the services of Desmond O and Wong Wei Long. They will be joining the team in the next game. Oh, Larry Liu. That's a little too Dirk Nowitzki for me. What don't you think, Coach Adrian?
I agree to that. He just put it up.
I mean, sometimes Dirk needs a dribble before he puts up the one-legged fall away. And this guy is having a ball today. Mohamed Rizki. Now with a total of, 13 points in the game. 60-54, largest lead in the game. But that is erased immediately, cut in half. That's going to be Damian Chong getting that one. And so for Damian Chong, got 6 points, 2 3-pointers across his name. 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Wisnu has it taken away. And Ting Jun has it taken away. Sebastian Shariputra now getting it over to Wisnu. Lost his footing, but they say Ting Jun pushed him. I'm not sure about that, Coach Adrian. Was there a foul there, though? Or did he just lose his balance?
I mean, from what I see, I think he just loses his balance. He's just slippery on the floor. But, yep, ref call it, then we got to follow.
Well, we do have a challenge here. I'm not quite sure if this is grounds for a challenge, but yeah, we see it again. It sort of looked like he just lost his footing there, Coach Adrian.
I guess he just slipped.
Yeah, he slipped. I mean, that happens a lot in basketball, but you call a foul on the guys pursuing him. I'm not sure about that. The call is going to stay, and there's no challenge coming here from Coach Chan Shan Gai. So 2:48 remaining here in the third. Sebastian over the defense of the very tall Herman Chan. Can't get it to go. Chan now on offense, posting up, getting it to Liu. Larry, three-pointer, short. Herman Chan, 6'7", getting the rebound. They will recycle. Chan now providing a pick for Ting Chun. They go to the other side now. And that is lost, recovered by the black shirts. Here comes Sebastian into the front court. Layup is a miss, but good trail job by the captain who still misses. Sultan Prawira. Yesterday he had 6 consecutive points in that rim. Today it's not as friendly as it was yesterday. So 2:09 remaining here in this third quarter. Wisnu, hang time, no. Battle for the loose ball picked up by the white shirts, and here comes Adroit Sports. Once again, if you're just joining us, Adroit Sports had a 10-point lead at the halftime break, and they have only scored 10 points so far here in the third. Can they add to that? Yes, they can. We have a tied game. That is the third three-pointer for Damian Chong. So again, good ball movement there, Coach Adrian.
I mean, they're being patient. I like their patient, looking for shooters, drive, kick. That creates a lot of space for shooters.
Again, that's a low percentage shot that has been working so far for Adroit Sports. In the meantime, a foul whistled on the reach in. This will be called against Wei Hao Po for Adroit Sports. Neither team in the penalty at this point. That was not a shooting foul with 1:27 remaining here in the third. We see that one again. I mean, it's always a good idea, Coach Adrian, to try and ball hawk, try to steal the ball while the guy's moving, but you run the risk of committing a foul because of the way you slap at the ball, right?
Yeah, that definitely. You got to be really precise on the steal so that you don't get hand check foul or hit on the hand.
That's
foul.
right. Refs are going to be quick to call that, of course, if you really vehemently try to slap away at the ball. Unproductive effort there for Bumi Borneo, and here's Larry Liu now. Adroit Sports looking to reclaim the lead. Quick transition, and that is another three-pointer for Damon Chong. He's got 3 three-pointers here in the third, Coach Adrian.
I mean, Damien is a young, well-known shooter in Malaysia, so you give him space, he's going to put it in.
Just need to work on his upper body strength, I would think, because he's kind of on the thin side. But on the accuracy side, he has been fantastic so far. A total of, 4 three-pointers in the game, 3 of them here in the third. And he has given Adroit Sports the lead once again, 63-60. Less than a minute to go here in the third. Calvin Chrysler getting it inside, and that is going to be poked away. One more time around on the follow-up. That does not work for Arian Teo. Hang time move. Great defense at the rim now. Oh, it looks like they're going to call a foul on the white shirts, and there's a little bit of extracurriculars going on there between Wei Hao Po and Arian Teo. Oh, it's going to be Arian Teo called for the foul. The Bumi Borneo bench can't believe it.
That's his third foul, 13th foul for Bumi Borneo.
That is only the third team foul, however. So 63-60 is our score. Adroit Sports up by 3 once again. They were down by 6 at one point here in the third. Larry Liu, three-pointer is in and out. Battle for the rebound. Chan lost it. Recovery made by the white shirts once again. Chan lost it completely this time. And again, those little passes in the paint are always susceptible to taps, and that time it was a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, they should be, a little bit more patient. You still have time on the clock. Ting Jun should be like passing the ball out again, get another shooter. Maybe he throws in after that. But you can saw three defender was on the big guy a while ago.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of, not a little bit of a collision inside. It looks like some really rough stuff going on there between Herman Chan and Arian Teo. And Teo, the number 14 guy here for the Indonesians. I believe he's like really their enforcer. You need one of those on your team, coach, right? The big burly guy who's really the enforcer. He's the physical type. And Herman Chan is going to be called for an unsportsmanlike foul on this one. So you got to keep your emotions in check. Basketball is a contact sport, right, Coach Adrian?
Yeah, agreed to that.
So free throws now coming up for Arian Teo. And again, this is a close game. It did not look like that in the first half when it was a 47-37 lead for Bumi Borneo, and now it is a 63-62 lead. Check that for Adroit Sports over Bumi Borneo. Now Adroit Sports with the lead, but it's only by 1. They lost the lead here in the third as Bumi Borneo opened with a 9-0 run to begin the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Now they have a chance for the last shot with 5 seconds remaining on the clock, and another foul given up. Now this is the bad part of that foul by Larry Liu, is that Adroit Sports is now over the limit. So you're going to have free throws now coming up for Julius Caesar Wongso.
2 free throws for Julius Caesar.
And they could have the lead heading into the fourth quarter, of course, if he makes both free throws. That's the importance of the free throws once again, Coach. Nobody's guarding you. I don't know how you miss.
I guess free throw is all about mental. If you're calm enough to put a shot up, mostly you're gonna make. That's why player always doesn't make the first one, but they can make the second one because they gain confidence out of the first one.
Well, we have a tied game heading into the fourth quarter in this one, ladies and gentlemen. 63 Adroit Sports, 63 Bumi Borneo. Some highlights from that recently concluded third quarter included this nice footwork move by Mohamed Rizki in that one, and this transition 3 as well. That was the part of the 9-0 run that Bumi Borneo used to come close, and eventually they did take the lead. Eventually it became a 6-point lead, but then the shooting still was there for the squad of Adroit Sports, and 2 more 3-pointers added there by Jonathan Wong and Damon Chong also contributing 3 3-pointers. So we do have this tied game heading into quarter number 4, and we will have that for you when we return right here on the Sports Click Filbasket International Championship.
After winning their first game yesterday, Bumi Borneo didn't celebrate. One of their top scorers, Wisnu Saputra, told me they came here to learn, so there's no time for celebrations just yet until they get the championship. Now they are confident coming into this game because they really prepared for this, and now all that's left is to execute that preparation. Now back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Janine Sakal, with that report. It did not look to be the case in the first half when Bumi Borneo was down by 10, 47-37. But here in the second half, it's a completely different story, Coach Adrian. It was just a complete takeover from the 9-0 run that started in that third quarter. And now we have a tied game coming into the fourth because of the shift. What happened? What changed for Bumi Borneo in that start of the third quarter?
I mean, from what I see, Coach Tondi make adjustment on the defense and disrupt the Adroit's offense. And from there, they keep pushing it, having that 9-0 run. And I mean, Singapore lose a little bit of the momentum right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, later on, you saw that keep on back and forth basket that holds right there. But the good thing is Adroit make some couple of baskets, put them back on the tie.
Yeah, it's always been that three-point shot has been the friend of Adroit so far in this game. In the second half, of course, they had 5 3-pointers in that second half. But now going to the higher percentage looks. We do have some numbers there from that from that third quarter. Actually, it was again tied at 63 at the end of that, and you know the total shooting from beyond the arc, 14 3-pointers already for Adroit Sports, as opposed to only 4 for Bumi Borneo. So that's the reason why they're staying in this game, because of the way they shot the threes. We're going to look at the turnovers in just a bit. In the meantime, Rizky getting this one out to Shariputra. Getting the pick now, and he will lose the ball. Possession now to Chrysler. Calvin Chrysler, hang time, yes.
Calvin Chrysler.
He's the shooter of the team, but of course the shooters can also make layups, right, Coach?
Yeah.
You got to guard them at all times. The lead is now 4 for Bumi Borneo. 3-pointer again, Chong can't get it to go. And that is last touched by the white shirts. Ting Chun does not agree with that call. Let's see it again. Yeah, I'm wondering why it was last touched on number 23 guy, Vincent Kang. Pass inside, a little too hot to handle that time for Chrysler. Looking to somebody to get it to. He chooses Shariputra, who's got 3 3-pointers in the game. 3 of the 4 3-pointers so far for Bumi Borneo from their power forward. And Shariputra uses the left hand. Wong trying to get it back on the other end. He won't. Well, Shariputra is having a great game as well here. 11 points, Coach. And, you know, it's a matter of mindset already. It's who wants to win it more at this point.
Looking at the momentum that Bumi created, I guess they want it more. Looking at right now, they have the 9-0 run, having that momentum, and then right now they're trying to push, and good adjustment from Coach Tondi, the 2-2-1 half-court pressure right there, disrupt whatever Adroit wants to run.
Larry Liu, good fake, getting it to Vincent Kang, who's going to have to put this one up. No. 6-point lead for Bumi Borneo, going for their largest in the game, 69-63. Shariputra thinking 3. Shariputra splits the defense, gets it over. Oh, that's a miss there coming from Arian Teo. Why, it's a sorry miss right there. Ting Chun pushing this one up. Ting Chun on the spin. Ting Chun on the elevation. And he misses as well. How many layups has Adroit Sports missed in this game? Coach, that must be very frustrating.
I mean, they should make those if they really want it. I mean, those that means if you put it together, they should be leading right now.
They should be leading by 20 right now, actually, from that 10-point lead earlier. And now we're going to have a shuffle of personnel for both squads. Shariputra gets to take the seat as A.A. Wisnu is back in the game, the leading scorer for their team in their win against the BGC Builders yesterday. So far, A.A. Wisnu has been sort of quiet with only 11 points today and immediately attacks, but he will miss on the reverse. That is going to be last touched by Rizky. Ball goes back to Adroit Sports. So if you're Adroit at this point, Coach Adrian, what do you do? You're down by 6 suddenly here. What adjustments do you make?
I guess first of all, you got to find a way to break that full court 2-to-1 press first. So once you pass the half court, be patient on the offense, trying to create for a shooter because your shooter having a good night. But if that is not going to happen, you always get a big guy right down there. Stuff it to him, hopefully create some fouls out of it, get free throws.
Herman Chan is 6'7", so that's a pretty good target to hit down there. He's going up against a much shorter 6'4" Julius Caesar Wongsu. So able to break the trap. Adroit does. Here is Liu. Getting the pick from Chan. They get it out now to Wong. Shot clock at 6. Jonathan's going to have to get creative on this one. That's a little too creative for Jonathan Wong. And the recovery made by Bumi Borneo. Here is Rilu Agum Kumara. Going back to a man-to-man defense here. That is a forced shot, but a bailout. Larry Liu's going to be called for another foul. He better watch it. He's racking up the fouls here as we have free throws now coming up for Julius Caesar Wongso. And that's a problem with a person like Larry Liu. Plays guard on offense, but now has to cover the big men on defense because he is 6'4", and he could be susceptible to a lot of fouls. That's his third. So that's a problem there to have if you're Larry Liu.
2 shots for Julius Caesar.
So Julius Caesar Wongsu, our announcer, Gremes Baird, stops at Caesar. His last name is actually Wongsu. Julius Caesar was died a long time ago. They named the salad after him too. 6:29 remaining here in the fourth. A split at the line coming from Wongsu. But this, coach, is the largest lead of the game now for Bumi Borneo. 70-63. Now, if you're this young team of Adroit, might start to get into your head, hey, we lost a 10-point lead, now we're down by 7. Herman Chan working the post. The drive, a slow motion Euro coming from Munis Vicky, does not work. And here is, oh, he's a great finisher. A Wisnu knows how to finish. 9-point lead now for Bumi Borneo. If you were watching the first half, went out to get a sandwich and have come back and see that the score has changed, you miss a lot of basketball. Liu, oh my goodness. That's a lot of international experience for you, right, Coach Adrian?
But still a lucky shot to me.
It was a lucky shot. Larry Liu's just going to say, I practice that all the time. Lead is down to 6. Now it's up to 8 once again. So whatever success Adroit gets from beyond the arc, it is the inside game from the smaller Bumi Borneo that is keeping them ahead in this game. So it's always been a big question. Why is it that the smaller team actually gets a lot of inside points and the bigger team likes to shoot from the outside? We've seen that a lot here so far.
I guess why they're bigger, usually they put big going for rebounds, but usually they're slow.
Right.
Looking at it, they load a lot of shooters right in and put bigger guys right in to get rebounds. But smaller teams usually run a lot, so they're gonna pressure, force turnover, and start running, getting inside scores.
No, they tried to run that time, but the pass from Chrysler came a little too early. That's exactly what Coach Atondi Raja is saying right now. I mean, the pass was good, but it was a little too early. You want to give the pass to the big man. All he has to do is lay it up, right?
Yep.
That was not the case there because he had to, Wongso had to take another dribble and he ran into trouble. Again, that's part of the reason why we have tournaments like this, Coach Adrian, so that the players can learn not only from playing as a team with probably teammates that you haven't had before, but going up against international competition. I mean, you've had that with the KL Dragons before. How big of a lift is it to play against other countries and learn from them?
That is a really great opportunity going out there. I mean, different cultures of basketball that you see. I mean, different way of being played, and different ideas how coaches manage their team. I mean, that's really. I mean, really.
You learn a lot.
Really,
yeah,
learn a lot. I mean, really good library for us for knowledge, right? So as for player as well. you see players that you never see. You see how they play the game. That's how you learn some move as well.
Right now, the interior is closing for Bumi Borneo. Larry Liu is now starting to assert himself on defense. Here's the drive now by Wei Hao Po. Getting it over to the side. Willis Vicky can't score. Larry Liu puts up another three. That is good! And Larry Liu has now caught fire here in the fourth quarter. The lead is down to just 5. Here is Chrysler. He's still waiting for his teammate. Sebastian a little slow coming down. Wisnu wanting to get the screen. Dropping it inside, reverse layup. Bothered that time by the defense, but not this kid. Mohamed Rizki has been what we call the garbage collector of this game so far. Don't you agree, Coach Adrian?
I don't call it garbage collector, but yeah, he's contributing to his team. That's something good for him happening right here. It's his night.
Again, this kid is 19, 20 years old, and he's already developing the nose for the ball to get the rebounds, get those second chance points. However, he fouled Larry Liu. So that'll be the second team foul now for Bumi Borneo as Jonathan Wong has returned to the game. So now looking at the lineup here for Coach Chan Shan Gai, he's got 3 shooters on the floor. Liu is one of them, and he puts up a 3. Larry Liu is on another level here in the fourth quarter.
I guess that circle shot gave him confidence.
Right. 3 3-pointers for Liu, and he is still warming up. Underneath, great defense by guess who? Larry Liu. And there's going to be a jump ball call. Possession arrow, where is it facing?
Jump ball.
And the possession arrow, where is it facing? It says it stays on the side of Adroit Sports. Or is it Bumi Borneo? They say it goes to Bumi Borneo. So the possession arrow favors Bumi Borneo for now. Of course, that's going to change in the next dead ball. And then we have a little discussion now between Coach Chan Shan Gai and one of our referees. And you can see there Coach Chan not happy with the explanation being given to him. You never are satisfied, Coach.
Every coach doesn't satisfy with all the calls.
Even with the discussion, when you think you're done with the referee, no, I want to say something more. Wisnu on the attack, lost the ball. The lead is only 4 now for Bumi Borneo. Still a lot of time, 3 minutes and 10 here in the fourth. Chong, they move it around to Jonathan Wong, who airballs the 3 though. And that's going to be last touched by Munis Vicky. So Jonathan Wong, he's still the game high scorer with a total of 25 points officially. But he has not performed well so far here in the fourth. Calvin Chrysler, good screen provided. Here's Shariputra now going over to Wongsu on the post. Chrysler can shoot it from there, believe it or not. 4 on the shot clock. Wisnu doesn't get the bounce, but how about Arian Teo getting the offensive rebound? Chrysler for 3. In and out. Another offensive rebound for Teo. And a foul on the white shirts. If this is on Liu, he's in trouble. It is. Number 11. That's his 4th foul, Coach Adrian, and that's going to be, I mean, if you're now Coach Chan, you know your star shooter, your star offensive player, well, that's the answer right now. He gets replaced. How long do you rest Larry Liu here?
Right now, looking at it, less than a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind he get a 5th foul, but it's towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
You got to put it in and give you that lead.
Arian Teo making good on the first. They need some breathing space. Bumi Borneo does. It is a 5-point lead right now with 2:31 remaining. Remember that Bumi Borneo yesterday defeated the BGC Builders from the Philippines convincingly by 13 points actually. Wong, yes. Coach Tondi Raja is screaming at his defense for allowing that to happen. 27 in the game now for Jonathan Wong. Here's Wisnu. Getting it inside. Arion Tio. Oh, he can't get it to go. Collects the offensive rebound though once again. We have our last 2 minutes here. And that is a short 2 points there for A. Wisnu. Again, Adroit cannot afford to trade baskets. They need some big ones. That is not a big one. That is a big miss. 79-74, a minute and 40 remaining in regulation. Chrysler, a 3 from him would actually be a dagger at this point. Good seal inside, but they don't go to the interior. Instead, they go to Wisnu for a sharp 3. Wong into the front court. Muniz Vicky is going to pull up for 3. No. Boy, that was a hero shot. If he had made that. Yeah. Still a 2-possession lead with a minute and change remaining. You want it in the hands of Wisnu if you're Bumi Borneo. 5 on the shot clock. Wisnu still nowhere to go, and he will lose the ball. And a timeout is going to be called by Coach Chan Shangai of Adroit Sports. 79, Bumi Borneo 74. Adroit Sports with only 58.5 remaining as we see our leading move of the game, that nifty left-handed shot earlier from Raymond Shariputra. We are going to step away for just a bit, back after a few. MABA Stadium in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Dying seconds of this one, 58.5 to be exact. And a 5-point lead for Bumi Borneo in the black shirt, 79-74 against Adroit Sports. Noel Zarate with Coach Adrian Wong and the Janine Sakal. That's gonna be a turnover. That is a boo-boo of a turnover there coming from Ting Jun. He stepped on the line before he inbounded, Coach Adrian.
That is a really bad mistake right there. If they make this one, they might be able to win this game. But with that mistake, that is gonna bring the whole team down.
Well, they still have a lot of time though. They need to get a stop here. Wisnu, good press break for Bumi Borneo. Wisnu now is gonna waste as much time as possible, but they still need to score. Wisnu looking around once again. Good seal inside once again. Arion Tio gets it to go. That was a costly turnover. How about now? Muniz Vicky steps back and hits the 3. What a confident stroke from Michael Muniz Vicky. It is down to 4. Half a minute remaining. They're still in the backcourt. Shariputra now into the front court. They got to waste some time. And now they need to foul. The foul is given up by Muniz Vicky. And they are in the penalty, so that's going to mean free throws for A.A. Wisnu. That's penalty situation already.
Penalty situation for Adroit Sports.
So Wisnu has to make at least, well, he has to make both these free throws. It's still going to be a 2-possession game regardless, Coach Adrian. But with 20 seconds to go, what can you do if you're Adroit Sports?
Foul game.
Yeah, foul game,
foul.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, you don't want to foul this guy, that's for sure. 2 for 2 for A.A. Wisnu. 17 in the game. Team high score and a timeout once again. Ting Jun is going to go back to the bench, and he's going to have to face Coach Chan and explain why he committed that turnover. But again, this is just the first game. But in a short tournament like this, Coach Adrian. Every win counts. Let's take a look at our leading move of the game. Again, that shot by Shariputra earlier. Every game counts. So if you're going to lose this one, how do you bounce back and win your next game, knowing that you let a big 10-point lead slip away?
For players, psychologically, you really have to talk to them. I mean, it's just only one game. Hopefully, next game you can come back. And players, team captains have to find a way to get the players get ready for the next one. And forget what's past. Looking at it, it's not that bad. Not that far in a league. Points counts. So if let's say they doesn't lose by that much, next game they won. Hopefully, Bumi lose to some team that they can get advantage of. Then maybe they can. They can get a better position in a playoff.
Again, you got to shake it off. They say in sports you have to have the shortest memory. Again, costly turnover at the end. And look at this. Coach Chan is still trusting Ting Jun to take the ball out, and he does well. Wong deep three. No, and that should do it. Chrysler just needs to get this across. They still want to play the foul game, it appears. And now Jonathan Wong has already said enough. Chrysler gets it across, and this will be win number 2 for Bumi Borneo in the Sports Click Filbasket International Championship. They defeated the BGC Builders by 13, and today it is a 6-point win against Adroit Sports. So 83-77. And let's talk about this game, Coach Adrian. It looked like Bumi Borneo had a fantastic game plan. They were hitting their 3-point shots. They were almost perfect, actually, in their execution of their shots. But again, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. I don't know if you ever heard of that before.
Yes, I do. But I think for a Bumi right here, the main thing why they win the game is because of their rebound. They keep on getting the second chance goal, and then from that's how Adroit lose their momentum, and Bumi gain their momentum from there.
And Bumi had a lot of inside points as well. And again, you say that analytics will tell you a 3-point shot is better than the 2-point shot because it has more impact. But at the end of the game, the higher percentage shot is still the layup, or the still getting points near the hoop, points in the paint, as we say.
Yeah, I guess the one that most surprised me is Muhammad Rizky, the young kid over there. He scores 15 points. Averages, I think he played like 24, 25 minutes.
Yeah, probably even more. We're going to have Muhammad Rizky. He is our player of the game, if you're wondering, folks. Yeah, he's going to have a chat with Janine Sakal in just a bit. We do have some numbers also to share with you from the end of this game, but a big victory. The first winning streak so far here and the Sports Click Filbasket International Championship. So Muhammad Rizky, his teammates are all over him for being player of the game. And he's surprised because usually you give the player of the game to the highest scorer. In this case, it was A.A. Wisnu who was the highest scorer of the game. But because of the impact, and you mentioned it already, Coach, the impact of this kid, Muhammad Rizky, that really changed the complexion of the game.
That's definitely because they surprised Adroit on the other side. They never expect a young kid like that can just score 15 points, getting most of the rebounds.
Right. We're going to look at his numbers in just a bit. I don't know if Janine is ready, and if Janine is ready, we can send it to her. 13. Double. Looks like he's going to need an interpreter right here. So it's Raymond Shariputra. They are now both flanking Janine. So we can send it to Janine right now.
We have here our player of the game, Dafa from Bumi Borneo, and Raymond here who will translate for Dafa. So Dafa, what do you think helped you play really well in this game?
Apa yang bikin lo bisa bagus hari ini yang lo pikirin?
Yang pasti lebih fokus lagi dengan kerja sama tim, percaya sama tim yang penting, yang lebih hustle lah.
All right, Raymond, can you translate for us, please?
more focus and play together as a team.
Right. It was all about collective effort for Bumi Borneo. And now congratulations to you guys and the team. Now let's go back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Janine. And again, a fantastic performance. 15 points, 13 rebounds. Not a bad outing there.
It's a big night for this kid. Double-double.
And we are going to have our second game in just a bit. Again, 83-77, the win for Bumi Borneo. As we take a look at the numbers there, amazing shooting from the three-point range. However, they still lost the game.
Yeah, like what I told you, rebounds really created that important factor for Bumi to win the game.
Look at all the free throws also being taken by Bumi Borneo in this game. 19 of 26, not an impressive number, but if you're able to double the free throws of your opponents, that's almost guaranteeing a win. Never mind the 16 turnovers. They had 12 at the half, meaning they only had 4 turnovers the rest of the game and 9 turnovers in the second half for Bumi, make that for Adroit Sports. The assists, again, negligible, but again, free throws. You get all those free throws, Coach Adrian. I'm pretty sure you agree with me. That is a clincher in the game.
Agreed. 100% agree with that.
Yeah. 12 more free throws made, and it was a 6-point win. But amazing, 18 three-pointers made for Adroit. So moving forward, we're going to see a lot more from these youngsters as we now end this game. But we are going to go to our second game in just a bit. So stay with us here for our continuing coverage of the Sports Click Filbasket International Championship.